Hello everybody, Infold has brought limited polls back. They haven't been back since 1.0, and that was because of community outrage, and this time we're just accepting them as normal, and that really shouldn't be the case. We have managed to slide multiple steps down the slippery slope in one update, and the goalpost for when we're gonna say enough is just moving. And as it moves, I think that at no point is community gonna actually be upset by limited pulse. So we start with limited resonances come back. Limited resonances for one version came back. Be careful with that. It's just in the shop for this time, but they can replace the standard resonances in the future. And a lot of people kind of dismissed these kind of posts immediately, going, it's just in the shop, it's cheaper to buy a limited pull, as in the kind of pull that expires and that you can't use for future limited banners, rather than the kind of pull that's permanent and will always sit on the account. I want to like specify what we're talking about. Those like note images, those things, you have to use them on the banners that are up right now, or else they do expire. So there has been a lot of backpedaling by people going, nah, it's just in the store, and they're cheaper than regular polls. Just like let whales buy whatever they want to buy. It's good that there's more polls to buy, right? And they weren't just in the store eventually. So let me read this post. We shouldn't be too dismissive of time-limited polls. People had mixed reactions to my post yesterday about paid time-limited pull packs being a slippery slope. A lot of the criticism was basically some people saying, well, we'll complain when they start giving time-limited pulls as free-to-play rewards. A paid pack doesn't mean that's going to replace free rewards. You're fear-mongering. The new pack is nice, it's good value. Why are you hating on it? It's not like they will start giving time-limited pulls as free-to-play rewards now. Well, one day later, Infold announced that we're getting time-limited pulls as Dreamland Store rewards, free-to-play rewards. Now I see some people commenting, time-limited pulls are bad, but they're only an extra reward, so it is fine. I would have loved this new pack with time-limited pulls myself, and the additional rewards in the Dreamland store are nice for now. My concern is where this leads if players don't pay attention early and don't clearly show Infold that we're watching and won't accept future misuse of time-limited pulls. I'm not trying to criticize the replies, and I know it's only some of them, but the screenshots show perceptions of time-limited pulls can shift and how quickly opinions can move forward to accepting them. Just yesterday, some people were saying that we'll be angry when time-limited polls will become a free-to-play reward instead of only being sold in packs. And today, some people are saying it's okay if we get time-limited free-to-play rewards, as long as Infold doesn't replace our usual permanent rewards. That's exactly what worries me. This is how players slowly get used to a system that Infold utilizes in Love and Deep Space, their other game, where you get time-limited pulls from event minigames, from a mail gift at the start of an event, which might be the equivalent to the daily login rewards at the start of patch in Infinity Nikki, and most paid packs are time-limited pulls too. All of these time-limited pulls take up space instead of permanent rewards, leaving fewer opportunities to save permanent currency. It is a very profitable model for Infold. Infold's intentions were clear to me from the moment they tried to add this new type of currency to the game. Why else wouldn't a company do something like this if not for profit? If every new step gets accepted because permanent rewards wasn't replaced yet, we'll be like a frog slowly boiling in water. By the time permanent rewards start slowly being replaced with time-limited pulls, it may already be too late to stop it. First screenshot in my post about time-limited pulls. Screenshot 2 shows some of the replies to my post yesterday. Screenshot 3 shows some of people's reactions to the news about the free-to-play time-limited pulls being added as rewards today. I hope it's okay to use these comments as examples since I've removed all of their personal identifiers, and I do agree with this poster really heavily. A lot of people are now going, oh, it's fine because it's extra rewards. But here's the thing. You wouldn't notice if your permanent rewards got swapped. You wouldn't. I mean, you would if maintenance diamonds didn't come in as diamonds but came in as limited pulls. You would if you couldn't buy permanent pulls at the start of every month. You would if at the end of Mira Crown, instead of getting diamonds, you would get limited pulls. But here's the thing. Imagine next patch. And it says, rewards, 25 regular pulls, 10 limited ones. Or they don't even like specify the limited ones, they just say 25 regular pulls. And people go, that's about the norm for this kind of patch, really? Even though it's a big patch. Like, they can actually minus the amount of stuff that you get and just re-release them as these fun little gifts for you and time-limited pulls. And I guarantee you, 90% of the players wouldn't notice. I feel like the goalpost is already out the door. And if we don't, like, make a big noise about limited pulls being sold to free-to-play players as rewards and not just existing in the store. I don't really care about what exists in the store, honestly. If whales need a bit of discount, that's fine with me. But if we don't make a noise about this now, and specifically draw a line that this is not acceptable, I guarantee you, next patch will be more stingy on pulls than normally big patches are. It's gonna maybe be 10 less. Maybe 15 less. 15 is asking a lot already, so it's probably gonna be about like 10 less than what you would expect of 2.5 or 2.2 or 1.8. And suddenly if those rewards reappeared as time-limited pulls, that's just a little extra, right? It's just like a little cherry on top. The things that you're already getting. You wouldn't notice. And then a couple of patches later, why not just like, it's just scoop another 5 for 10 off the top of the rewards that you can get? Yeah, you trust me, you wouldn't notice. You wouldn't notice if it replaced it, like, the kind of rewards that normally are always there, but what if they replaced minigame rewards? What if they, like, replaced a few chests in the open world? What if they replaced a couple of event rewards? Yeah, I don't... You see, we're already down the slide. Pretty sure we're already, like, boiling as frogs in the water. Just for some reason, people don't see it. There are a couple of angry posts about it. Like, I hate limited pulls with a burning passion, scummy manipulative, money-grubbing corporate gacha tactic. And now they're back? Oh yes, Infold testing the boundaries again. The only reason why they stopped limited pulls after 1.0 was because players instantly got angry at them for it. This is just that. But them trying to reintroduce it even quieter and sneakier. If we let them get away with it this time, they will notice our complacency and make it even worse. Just watch them slowly replace half of our free pull income with limited pulls right under our noses. Free-to-plays and low spenders struggling even more to save long-term for what they really want. I am insanely angry to see limited pulls in 2.7. I want no limited pulls in Infinity Nikki. And I absolutely agree with this person, but once again, there are a lot of things happening, and this time around the community is just very placid. So, call me a pessimist, but the way that things are going right now, they will succeed. It is actually up to people to draw that line and to make them not succeed, which includes not being placid. There is also a lot of topics like these. Why is everyone upset about limited pulls in the shop? They're just shop items, and you don't have to buy them if you don't want to, and they're $15 less than what you would pay for 50 regular pulls. So it seems like a pretty good deal if you already plan to pull for a 4-star during this patch. I didn't start playing until 2.1, so maybe I'm missing context. I just seen a lot of people make posts saying that they're upset about it, but not really explaining why, other than we had them before. There's a lot of just confused people or people that are fine with it. And that worries me more than the limited pulls. And this is really not the only topic. I have to assume that it's because we're all overheating. We're all overheating, we're tired, we're playing something else, or we're plainly not present. Because I feel like if we were present, this wouldn't slide. But it is sliding. And that's the thing that peeves me the most. I made all the videos that I wanted to this week, and I have to release them into the ether and just hope that it changes something. You would think that as content creators, it would be easier for content creators to actually get near to Infold, but no. I think the easiest people that have the ear to Infold would be VIPs. And even then, I think that your ear is worth less if you're a Western VIP compared to Chinese VIPs. Really, these kind of things only get stopped in 2 ways. One is if a lot of paying customers would complain at the same time. The second is if the community would be prepared to make a lot of noise. And from what I'm seeing, the vibes that I'm getting we're vibing. We're vibing. We're not noising. We stopped noising in its entirety. And that's precisely what worries me. We're not just a frog in one pot. Babes, multiple pots are boiling at the same time. The kind of shit that I've seen them pull in like 2.6 and 2.7, and it just like being a slowly ramping up thing, and the kind of things that just pass through. What's up? We tired? I have to assume that we're tired. Anyway, I'm gonna be releasing some happier videos into the ether for the remaining 2 weeks. I've said my part, and I'm sad. But here's the I can't really do anything by myself. And that's the horrible thing. I can point at a stupidly scummy practice, and I can also say that we're vibing and just like letting it pass us by. And that's like the most that I can do. If there's no concerted effort to draw the line and say, no, this is not acceptable, then it will just slide through. And it will just be the reality that we're gonna live in. And that's that. So, thank you for watching. Thank you so much for my Patreon supporters. And see you on the remaining 2 more chill weeks, unless the sky collapses, and we already have plenty of sky collapses, so maybe maybe somebody should hold up the clouds with a toothpick, preferably. So yeah. Toodaloo for now.